Alright, Brad, so here we are going through setup right now, showing you kind of what it took to make all this happen. So first thing, we had to set up a secure spot to hang the camera from. So what you see here is just some basic ceiling hooks and a random piece of pipe that I already had made and just hung this from the ceiling. So now we're going to wire up the camera, so I'll show you that once it's up there. So we just ran through our first test. We do have everything functioning. So basically, we've attached the camera with some really technically awesome duct tape up there. And then we're running the wire back out of the way so that in the mixed reality, when you can see the steering wheel, the camera should not be in view. It should be high enough up. And then the wire is being pulled on over here and then running all the way down to the PS4. So we did end up using the camera up high on that bar that's hanging straight from the ceiling. That way we'll have nice green screen down here that won't be captured at all. And then we've also put some green screen over the actual stand that the steering wheel is on, so that in the video you'll be able to see driver's legs and pedals and the steering wheel, even the gear shifter, but not capture any of these bars around holding it in place so it'll look like it's actually in the car. And then my CoDriver is actually using a second PSVR where they're going to sit next to me to the right. So anytime I look to the right, you'll actually see them in the car with a PSVR. The reason they have to have the PSVR is they need to be able to see the CoDriver menu on the left side here when it shows buttons that show up. That way she'll be able to press the buttons in sequence on her DualShock 4 that she'll have in her hands while I'm sitting in the driver's seat over here. I'm using OBS software to capture all of this, so it will all be captured at the same time. So this is where OBS will capture the mic that I'm using to capture both of our audios, the camera. Now this is the trickiest part of the whole setup here. On the PSVR, I've actually hooked the web camera. When I say hooked, I duct taped the crap out of the web camera directly to the PSVR headset, tuning it to where it would be seeing everything from my perspective. And then that, of course, actually has another cable that I've put an extension on that runs to the PC that is recording all of this. This second PSVR, she will be watching just cinema mode of what the screen looks like. All the wires are attached to the ceiling to keep them out of camera view and from blocking the green screen. And then they come over here to where we've actually got two processing units. The top one is only plugged in to the feed from the capture card. So this HDMI only runs to here. It doesn't need a USB in this second one. So the only things that we have in here are the power supply and then of course the HDMI. And then that is then running the capture card directly to the computer that will be capturing the image in the background of what's happening. Basically then OBS is overlaying what the webcam on the PSVR is seeing here with the steering wheel with the passenger next to me. And then the reason it's important that she has this VR headset is really just because if I put a TV anywhere in this area for her to see the CoDriver calls that she has to press the buttons for, it would be pulling away from the mixed reality, especially if you caught a glimpse of that screen. That would really mess it up.
So now with everything in place, what you can see here is the final video. So this was all captured at the same time in OBS. So the camera on the front of the PSVR headset was capturing my hands. It was capturing anytime I glimpsed over and looked at Nat. The microphone I had on was capturing the audio between both of us, and then of course the capture card is capturing this background here that you're seeing that is really just the in-game footage of where the VR headset is looking. So everything comes together pretty well. What I'd like to try in the next time I do this is to use a camera that doesn't record all at the same time, because then I would actually have the ability to move around that steering wheel in my hand. I could move that up and over to the right a bit more where it would look a little more proper and show it a little bit better. And then I could even potentially move Nat forward a little bit so that I didn't have to look so far to the right while driving to see her in the car with me. But we had a lot of fun with this. We're going to try out maybe some different software next time as well and see what more we can play around with mixed reality and PSVR. It's pretty cool to see that it has the potential to do anything like this when a lot of people think of it as a platform much less friendly for making content and streaming than, of course, a PC is. So I want to say thank you for everybody who came to check out the behind the scenes video, and I will see you in another game.